place full? Pretty close.
Shout out Malvern.
17,000.
My money to go.
Oh, that's all right.
Jerry Dobson was talking to us Friday. 18,000, I believe, is the record for a Canadian men's game at BMO, and they came close. So hopefully, when they play,
It's pretty weak. Really.
Yeah, you know, I said the same thing, and I mean, for them,
record.
the
yeah,
record.
Like, I understand you're going to get some bad crowds. Like, when El Salvador or San Salvador or Steve Salvador or Murray Salvador comes in.
Bryce Salvador, yeah.
Bryce Salvador comes in, yeah, don't care. So you get 8,000. I get that. But when you've got a meaningful game, and surely Canada's played some meaningful games, where are all the soccer fans to support?
There's just a level. It's been a while, I think, is the answer. And there's been a level of apathy that is changing. I think you're starting to see that. And listen, they got to win, right? None of this is going to change if they keep getting bounced in the second round of qualifying.
So do you guys go to regular games regularly?
Yeah.
I'm with you though. Don't let them off. Don't be an apologist.
I'm not being an apologist.
You know that they don't show up. You have called them out before. It's ridiculous that all the people that call Bob and say, "Oh, I can't believe you hammer on soccer. I can't believe you don't like soccer. You're a Neanderthal because you don't like soccer." Okay, maybe I went too far on the last one. However,
I'm okay with
why aren't those people showing up to those games? It is unfathomable to me that 18,000 is the record in this.
Well, here's the thing that pisses me off, if it was going to piss me off, and that is, so some Greek team plays some
English team.
Right.
Okay, and the place is full with Greekers and Brits. Or if it's a Romanian team, then the Romanians come out. That's a bit of a stretch, probably.
Yeah, Stal Bucharest hasn't come here in a long time.
But you know what I mean? Like when you have one of those friendlies or exhibition games, or you bring in some side from someplace.
See,
that whole faction of Canadians who historically, ancestrally are tied to that country suddenly feel, oh, well, that's my team, so I'm going to go. And then Team Canada plays, and they don't show up. Now, when they suck, I get that. I don't think you're mandated to support a team if they're playing poorly. And look, for the most part, Canadian national soccer teams have been crappy.
Sucky.
Yeah, crappy. But this allegiance to my father's or my grandfather's team, I have no tolerance for. I have no tolerance for it. If you move to this country, if you take the benefit of what we have to offer in this country, if we assume that nobody put a gun to your head and forced you to come to this country, then support this country in every way possible.
Isn't that though? And
there is no though here.
No,
Be careful where you go, because you're going to get an argument from me.
Well, isn't that what makes Canada great? Because
No, it isn't what makes Canada great.
I am right there with you, because I believe that a segment of the people that you are talking about when it comes to hockey are down on Yonge Street waving their Canada flag when Canada wins gold medal in hockey or wins whatever cup that we're talking about in hockey. However, we are the quilt. That is what makes Canada great, that you can, A, support the country of your father's or grandfather's homeland.
No, it isn't.
Why not?
That has nothing to do with making
me,
it great.
as a young man who grew up in Scarborough, that is one of the things that I will celebrate till my death. The fact that you can come to a country and still celebrate where you come from while being Canadian. Now, what you're saying about the part of leaving out the while being Canadian, I'm right there with you. But why not celebrate where your parents are from?
Well, look,
that's what makes Canada great in my mind.
But the problem with soccer fans is that they only, it seems, are willing to support, for the most part, their father's team, and don't support our national side.
But Bob,
I don't see how you can be a soccer fan and ignore some loyalty to the country, probably of your birth. Forget who your daddies are cheering for.
Bob, yes or no? Are there a lot of hockey fans in this community, in this area? Obviously, the answer is yes.
What, in this room?
In this room as well. What's the Marlies' attendance been like?
Crap.
Why?
Because
it's not the best, right?
St. Mike's Majors.
A major.
Whoa. We're talking paying money.
No, major league city, minor league team.
But under the notion of
has nothing to do with
you
nationality.
should just support something because you love it. The Marley should be full every night.
That has nothing to do with it.
No, I think it has everything to do with it, because I think what you're saying is valid, but I think there's a reason for it, because there are people in this community who grew up watching teams from Italy and England and Spain and Portugal and whatever. But if they had the choice to spend $40, $50, $60 to watch Honduras v. Canada, or in the summer to watch Inter Milan v. Panathinaikos, a lot of people, and hopefully this is changing, will choose if they have to.
Well, I don't see
the
it changing.
teams coming in. Because they just think it's a better product.
Okay.
That's what they think.
All right, so explain to me this one to me then, Einstein. So how is it that all the season tickets are sold for Toronto FC?
Why is it they're all sold?
I'll ask the questions. Why are all the tickets sold for Toronto FC and the record crowd for a Canadian national team game at the same stadium is 18,000?
That's a difficult question to answer.
That's a question you can't answer because soccer people don't make any sense.
Well, I can give you the simple answer.
Go ahead.
There was buzz.
There was buzz 7 years ago.
But
there's no buzz anymore.
Bob, buzz in this city will run. Buzz in the city is almost everything.
I'm sorry. I don't understand how you can support Toronto FC and their just intolerably inept performance.
They're pretty bad.
And crap product that they put on that pitch every day, and then turn around and not buy a ticket to support Canada. And especially when this team appears to have at least a chance of advancing. And this was a game last Friday night that clearly was as big a game as we've seen in a couple of 3-4 years.
Longer than that.
More than that?
Like 97.
Wow, that long?
Yeah.
Really? I don't get that. I'm sorry. Soccer fans befuddle me.
But you also said if a team is not performed for a prolonged period, it is what it is. I think the script is starting to flip with these guys. And with the more exposure they get from numerous outlets, Sportsnet, our show, shockingly this segment.
No, it's early in the show.
I think it helps.
Segment.
Well, I guarantee you Stephen Brunt's going to want to talk about this later.
Who cares what he wants?